Okay, what we're going to do right now is take a look at a way to use the block title as a way to begin tagging your entries and later on having that as a way to separate them out in either class reports or student reports. You get to this feature going back to the mark sets, and actually what I'm going to do is just go and edit the current one that I'm in right now for my fictitious class here. And you can see I've got my block title. Now actually you can open up this drop down menu and you can see there's a number of different block titles that they have made for you, but you can go ahead and make your own, and that's what I've done up here simply by clicking in that box and just begin typing it in. You are limited to a certain number of characters, so I've had to shorten it up, but this OVEXP is standing for overall expectations. So for this particular example I'm going to use the block title as a way to tag each entry and attach it to an overall expectation for this course. So let's go back out, and you can see how this now appears when I go to do a new entry. I can just go ahead and make a entry there, nothing too fancy, but you can see here my overall expectation. There it is, and you can see I've actually started creating some F1, F2, F3, which is part of the I believe it was the WMIS, sort of the material safety handling unit, and B1, B2 is now getting into the overall expectations for the environmental unit. And this could be a quiz, for example, and let's say I want to, this is for now the third expectation for that environmental unit, so I can go ahead and actually enter in my expectation there. Because I don't see it in my drop down menu, you can actually go ahead and just enter them in this box. Give it a wait, and out of, and then click next. And then I can go ahead and begin entering my marks. And then save. And there you go. This is now entered in as you would any other entry, but this really becomes handy when you go into either the class report or the student report. And let's just go to the student report. And again, this screen pops up. Now let's go over to this part right here, and you can see there's my overall expectation block title, and you can see by default it is set to all. But if I click on this drop down menu, you can see now these are all the different types of overall expectations that I've already entered in to my current mark set. And what I can now do is if I wanted to just focus in on this particular overall expectation, I can click that, and all the entries, and it's only one, but all the entries that I have tagged with my F1 overall expectation now show up, and you can see that it actually adjusts the mark so that I'm just looking strictly at the mark there. So it calculates the mark based upon the selection that you've made in this particular category. There's my F2 overall expectation. I can go ahead and take a look at other expectations there. So it's a nice way to be able to isolate it and be able to break down your mark based upon the overall expectations. But again, you can choose to use this type of block unit any way that you wish. I've chosen to go at it by breaking it up into overall expectations, but you can see you can go and use it based upon units or semesters or however you see fit. But it is a very powerful tool, especially when you get to the reports, where you can then go ahead and select specific parts of your block title and isolate marks that way. So there it is, the use of tagging using block titles.